Welcome dear students. This lecture is for class 9 for CBSE and other state board. We are going to learn the chapter called probability and we are going to refer this NCERT textbook. I have also posted the link in the description box for this material. You can download and refer it. First of all, let us know what the probability is. In dictionary meaning, probability is chance. Chance means an event happening somewhere, and if we can count it, if we can count the chance of occurring something, some event, then mathematically we call it probability. Probability is nothing but the chance of occurring an event, particular event. Let us say for example, today it is going to rain or not. If it is going to rain, then it is going to rain is called as event. So we can count the chance of happening that event, that is basically the probability. So we can make the definition of probability like it is a measure of uncertainty of various phenomena, or it is a numerical description of how likely an event is to occur. Now there are different approaches to probability. Probability is a very vast subject, but in 9th we have just introduction of a probability a little bit and very easy. This is the easiest chapter for class 9. There are different approaches, but in our syllabus there is empirical, statistical and experimental approach. Okay. All meaning of all these three words are same. That means we will do some experiment and we will measure the probability of a particular event. Okay. So in normal definition, we can make the formula for probability as probability is equal to number of favorable outcome. Outcome means result. Outcome means result divided by total number of outcomes. We will see to that. We will understand this when we will take an example. Right now, just remember this. Then words, which words we are going to use? Experiment. Experiment means nothing but suppose if I am doing something like tossing a coin. Tossing a coin is called an experiment, but getting head is not called experiment. It is called an event. So these are some words which I have already put in this worksheet. You can refer it. Experiment, I have also written the definition, that is a repeatable procedure with a set of possible result. That means if I toss a coin, there is one set of all the possible outcomes. That means there are two outcomes only when I toss a coin. There are only two outcomes, which is one is head, another one is tail. So that set of head and tail is called as experiment. That procedure is called as experiment. Another example is if I roll a dice, there will be 6 possible outcomes. So all of those outcomes combined together in one set, then that procedure of rolling a dice is called an experiment. Understood? Now event. Event is one or two possible outcome of all those outcomes which we learned in the previous example of experiment. That is head, getting a head is an event, getting a tail is an event, getting even number when a when a dice is rolled is an event, getting odd number is an event, getting number greater than 5 is an event. So now the picture is clear what is experiment and what is event. Okay. And that set of experiment, the set of outcomes of an experiment is called as sample space. Okay. Now after knowing those words, we can define the probability in different words, that is probability of event A, and note that event can be denoted using capital letter of ABCD of course. So P bracket A, this is read as probability of event A. It is equal to number of trials in which the event happened divided by total number of trials. Example, let us take an example so picture will be more clear. A coin is tossed, find the probability of getting head. So let us go for solution. When a coin is tossed, set of possible outcomes are is head and tail. Okay, there are only two outcomes, one is head, another one is tail. Is there any any other possibility? No. Now we are given this event, the probability of getting head. We want to find the probability of getting head. So we have to denote a letter to this event. Okay, so let H, I am denoting let capital H. Let H be an event of getting head. Therefore, I can count probability now. Probability of head, getting head, is equals to, we know that number of trials in which the event happened. Only one trial is there out of two. Only one trial is there which contains our event. Our event is getting a head. So only one trial is there out of how many total? 2. So 1 upon 2 is the probability of getting head when a coin is tossed. What will be the probability of getting tail? You can count yourself. That will be also 1 upon 2, because there is only one event which has the tail out of total 2 results or 2 outcomes. Note that probability will always lie between 0 and 1. 0 and 1. 1 upon 2 is obviously lesser than 1 and greater than 0. So probability always lies between 0 and 1. No matter which probability you are counting, probability will always lie between 0 and 1, where 0 is the probability of impossible event. Now what is impossible event? Let us say for example getting number 7 when a dice is rolled. Can you ever get number 7 on the surface? No. That is why that is impossible event. So probability of getting number 7 is 0. Same way, 1 is the probability of a certain event. Certain means which are definitely going to happen. For example, event of if sun rises in the east, probability of sun rising in the east will be of course 1, because it can never, obviously it can never rise in the west. That is why probability of sun rising in the east is 1, that is a certain event. So probability will always lie between 0 and 1, and there are infinite numbers between 0 and 1, as you know. Now let us move further and take one more example. What if there are suppose the question is like that: if 2 coins are tossed simultaneously. Simultaneously means at the same time. If 2 coins are tossed simultaneously, find the probability of getting one head. Okay, that is the question. Simple. Understood the question? When 2 coins are tossed simultaneously, I am not writing the question, you heard it already. Find the probability of getting one head when 2 coins are simultaneously tossed. Okay. Now I have to add another word to this question: at least one head, minimum one head, because when we toss 2 coins we may get both the heads. That is why I have to phrase it properly, that find the probability of getting at least one head when 2 coins are tossed simultaneously. Simultaneously means at the same time. So now ask yourself a question: what will be the outcomes when the 2 coins are tossed simultaneously? total outcomes I am asking. So both may be head. Okay, one head, first one is head, second one is tail. First one is tail, second one is head, both are tails. So this is the possible set of outcomes. Is there any other possibility? No. So there are 4 outcomes. One contains head head, another contains head tail, another contains tail head and tail tail. So these 4 outcomes are there. We want to find the probability of getting at least one head. So we have to obviously again denote this event with a letter. So let us say A be an event of getting at least one head. What do you mean by at least? At least means minimum number, means head should be minimum 1. If there are 2 heads, it will do, yes, it will be fine if I count 2 heads in this one, in this event also. Okay. So probability of A. Now let us count the number of favorable outcome. Favorable means which we want in our event getting at least one head. At least one head वाले कितने event है? 1, 2, 3. So these 3 events are there which contain head. There is only one event which does not contain head. So 3 event out of total 4. Okay. Now let us talk about another example orally. In same question, but event is reversed. Event says find the probability of getting one head and one tail. One head and one tail when 2 coins are tossed simultaneously. Okay. So one head and one tail, there are only these 2 outcomes which have this combination, one head and one tail. Order doesn't matter here. They haven't mentioned in the question what order should be. So one head and one tail combination, there are 2 outcomes out of total 4 outcomes. So answer will be 2 upon 4. If you cut the common factor, answer will be 1 upon 2. Understood? Now basic rules of probability. First rule I have already told you, that probability always lies between 0 and 1, and note that sum of the probability of all possible outcome in a single experiment, sum means addition of all the probability of all the outcomes in a single experiment is always 1. Let us go in the past. Probability of head is 1 upon 2, same way probability of tail is 1 upon 2. Okay. If you add these two, answer will be 1. 1 upon 2 and 1 upon 2 will be plus 1 upon 2 will be 1, because and this is a single event, right? Sorry, single experiment. Tossing a coin, it's a single experiment, and all the probability of all the possible outcomes. Head is one possible outcome, its probability is 1 upon 2. Tail is one possible outcome, its probability is 1 upon 2. Understood? If you add these two, answer will be 1. Let us take one more example. If a dice is rolled, find the probability probability of getting even number when the dice is rolled. Find the probability. I am writing in short form, probability of getting, let us say getting a number greater than 4. When a dice is rolled. Okay, here is the solution. First of all, when the dice is rolled, what will be the sample space? 1, that means total outcomes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. These are all possible outcomes. Is there any other outcome which I have forgotten? No. Now we want event. What is event? Getting a number greater than 4. Getting a number greater than 4, not equal to. So it must be greater than 4 and 4 should not be included. That is 5 and 6. So there are total 2 outcomes out of total 6 outcomes. I am writing in short 5 upon 3. 2 upon 6 is equal to 1 upon 3. What we will write actually in exam, we will write like this. Let A be an event of getting number greater than 4. Therefore, probability of event A is equals to how many total outcomes are there which are greater than 4? There are 2 outcomes. So 2 outcomes out of number of outcomes we have to write. We don't have to write result 5. We don't need to write 5 and 6. We need to write the number of outcomes, no matter how many outcomes are there. So there are 2 outcomes, 2 out of total 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6 outcome. 6. If you cut the common factor, 1 upon 3 will be the answer. Understood? Let us take one more example. Suppose question says 2 dice are rolled simultaneously. Now this time 2 dice are rolled simultaneously. Find the probability of getting sum 7 on the upper surface. Sum 7. Okay. So here let B be an event of getting sum equal to 7. Now what I want to do is, we will write the sample space. There will be a bigger sample space, because how many combinations are there, you can ask yourself. First die may get 1, second one 1, then 1, 2, 1, 3, 1, 4, 1, 5, 1, 6. That's it? Yes? Or are there many other combinations? There are 2, 1, 2, 2 and so on up to 2, 6. Same way 3, 1, 3, 2 and so on up to 3, 6. 4, 1, 4, 6. I am not writing all the results to save the time. You may understand. Here there will be 4, 2, 4, 3, 4, 4, 4, 5 and so on. 6, 1 and up to 6, 6. Now we want sum equal to 7. Sum of these two numbers. Okay, 1 plus 1 gives you 2. 1 plus 2 gives you 3. So this will be excluded. These results will be excluded from our special event. Okay. We want to find the probability of event B. So total number of outcomes which have sum equal to 7 divided by total number of outcomes. How many outcomes will be there? 6 this way, 6 that way. So 6 are 36 outcomes will be there. There is another shortcut method which you will learn in the next standard. But right now you have to count this. So 6 are 36 outcomes are there, out of which we want to find sum equal to 7. Okay. So we know that 1, 6 sum 7, 6, 1. 2 events we already found. Then 2, 5 will be there. So same way 5, 2 will be there. 3, 4 will be there. And 4, 3 will be there. How many results are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 out of 36. If you cut the common factor, it will be 1 upon 6. So probability of getting Probability of getting sum equal to 7 is 1 upon 6. That means, that means what does this mean actually? 1 upon 2, 1 upon 6, 1 upon 3 and all. In 6 trials, when I throw 2 dice simultaneously, this is one trial. Once I have thrown, that is one trial. Second time I have thrown, that is second trial. Same way, in 6 trials, I will get one trial which has a sum 7. That is probability. Understood? When I toss a coin, out of 2 trials, in one trial, I will get head. But sir, when I toss a coin, both the times if I get tail, it's not necessary that in out of 2 trials you will definitely get one as head, but it is a possibility that it is possible, because there are only 2 outcomes, head and tail. So out of 2 tosses, I will get one toss as head and one toss as tail. That I have to assume. Understood? So that is the meaning of probability. Now, where this probability is used in real life, suppose there is a jungle. In that jungle, 1/3 part is covered by the lake, that is water, and 2/3 part is a lake. 2/3 part is a land. If a plane helicopter crashes down, okay, and we don't know the location, so what we will do? We will find the chance, that is probability. Probability of a helicopter crashing in a lake is 1/3, because 1/3 part of a jungle is covered by lake, and 2/3 part of a jungle is covered by land. So what is the probability of helicopter crashing into a water? That will be 1 upon 3. Understood? That is how the probability is used. Probability is actually a very vast topic which cannot be covered within one lecture. But for you guys, it is a very small chapter in your book. So that's all the chapter is all about. I will also put some solutions and discussion of the problems given in your textbook. Rest of all the questions, I suppose you can solve by yourself. If you can't solve, comment your doubts. Thank you very much.